Yo, we're talking about fog. And so I came down to the river where a lot of times we'll see fog in the morning. But hold on a second here. I'm throwing a curveball your way because we're not talking about that type of fog today. Nah. I'm talking about the type of fog that only you can see, that nobody else knows about but you. It can really best be described as this tug of war that's going on in your mind up here. You know, it's as if part of you wants to just keep pushing forward past all the pain that you feel and that you see and keep moving forward to something better, while the other part of you wants to just give up and sit and stare at a wall for the rest of your life. The fog that I'm talking about represents that in-between stage that so many of us find ourselves in, especially right now in our lives. One second we feel like we're ready to conquer the world and we know exactly what we want to do with our lives, while the other second, we have no clue what we want to do. And we feel more lost than ever before. Followed by the next second, we're ready to throw in the towel and just give up altogether. So while we find ourselves in this fog, because we all do at some point or another, we take steps forward. We say, oh, this is nothing I can't handle, I could do this. And we look down and our feet are moving. We appear to be making progress. But then we look up. And when we look at our lives, we see that absolutely nothing has changed whatsoever. And it's at that moment that low-bearing fog, so to speak, starts coming in and taking up space in our mind. And that fog is made up of 3 questions. Do I matter? Does this matter? Is it even worth it? And those 3 questions and variations of that start taking up space in our mind until we get so caught up in this fog that we can't see anything at all, and we just assume we better stand still. Then we start to tell ourselves, why should I even try at all? Is it even worth it to try in life? All that work, all that progress, only to be in the same place as before? But if I was out on a boat here on the river and it was foggy, I would have a type of light that's very strong that can pierce through it. And that's how you get through fog. So in the same way, we need to be able to find a piercing light in our own lives that can push us through that mental fog that we seem to be encountering so often. And that piercing light that we're looking for can only be activated by the inner strength of one's desire to want to keep moving forward, no matter how apparent the lack of progress is. And no matter how you feel like you're not making any progress and nothing is changing even on the horizon. That's the way to activate it. No, you can't go around chasing what society tells you to do and hoping that that'll give you that inner fire that keeps you going. Nah, it's gonna run out. Or it can't be something that's unauthentic to you. It's gonna run out too. The only way that it can be activated is from that deepest, most personal desire that lies in the back corner tucked away in your heart. And you know exactly what I'm talking about. That type of desire that you have, and that dream for your life that you have, that makes you just so passionate that you just want to fall to your knees and cry in the middle of the street because you want it so bad. That's what activates that piercing light to get you through that mental fog. But in order to keep this piercing light shining, in order to keep yourself moving forward when things get tough, one must be willing to be able to keep taking steps forward even when you're past the point of being patient, even when you're past the point of getting up one more time to try again. You gotta dig deep and somehow find it in you to keep moving forward, guided by that light. And if you keep moving forward, if you keep going step by step by step each day, eventually, that piercing light will guide you to a place where that fog is no longer there, where that fog lifts. And it's only at that moment that you will realize that you were making progress all along. You just weren't able to see because the fog was surrounding you so much. See, we have to remember that just like fog that comes here on the river in the morning is temporary, the fog that comes up here in our minds is also temporary. But my friend, if we stop moving when we find ourselves in the fog, we're gonna perceive it to be permanent, when in fact it is not. So I wanna thank you all so much again for watching this. Like, subscribe, all that fun stuff, YouTube, Instagram, let's get it. Thank you so much again. Have a good one, everyone.